Hey there, my fellow language learners, and welcome back to the channel. My name's Matthew Boyle. I come from America, but I've lived in China since 2011. My main target language is Mandarin, and on this channel I share a lot about language learning through games, personal development, motivation, game design, things like that. So if these things interest you, I want to welcome you to subscribe to the channel. I live in Guangdong, which is in southern China, and it's usually very hot and very humid, but there was a big storm a couple days ago and that cooled things off. So it's overcast, a little bit windy and cool out here. People are loving it. There's some construction going on across the lake over there, so you might hear a little bit of noise there, but I'm sure the construction workers appreciate being able to get some work done without the blazing sun above them. But I want to talk to you guys in today's video about the times of day that you choose to study foreign languages. It's so important to have set habits and routines and to know yourself and to know when you study best and to be able to adapt according to how you're feeling, the type of workload that you have going on at the current time, and also potentially the season of the year. So let's go through the times of day and kind of describe how they might be good or bad for study. Feel free to agree or disagree in the comments section. I'd love to know about how you like to do things, and you'll know through the course of this video how I like to do things. So first of all, let's start with the early morning risers. I don't know of anybody who wakes up early to study foreign languages, but I do know of plenty of people who like to wake up early to meditate, journal, do a little bit of positive reading or exercise. So potentially language learning in a quote-unquote gentle way might pair well with some of those things. Maybe a little bit of positive reading in your target language, or if you're going for a jog, to listen to some music or maybe a podcast in your target language. So maybe for the early risers, that could be something you could experiment with and play around with some ideas there. Now, as we go into the typical or normal morning, this is a time when students usually do academic work and studies, so we know it can be good for that, we know it can be done. For people who are not students anymore, maybe it's less possible, but if you're still a student, this could be a great time for your learning. I've experimented with this. I've found that mornings can be a great time for deep work, for concentration, for focus. I've went through periods of my life where I did a lot of reading in the mornings. But I've found that for me, with regards to language learning, mornings just weren't my favorite time to do it. What did turn out to be my favorite time to do language learning was the early afternoons. So most human beings, they have a little bit of a dip after lunch. The energy levels go down, you kind of want to take a nap. I tend to like to take naps because I've gotten used to that in China. China has basically what we would regard as a siesta, something like that, maybe in Europe or Spain, if you're familiar with that. Well, in China, they have it too. And I've gotten used to that. I've practiced that since I came to China when I was around 24 or 25. It was odd to me at first, but I got used to it. I started to appreciate it for the health benefits and for the later in the day productivity that comes along with that. So what I started to like was after that dip to wake up, and I would naturally desire to have some Chinese tea. So this is another thing that can pair well with your times of day that you studies. Do you like times of day that you study? Do you like to have a coffee in the morning? Do you like to have tea in the afternoon? Do you like to have herbal tea or aperitif like in the evenings? Okay, these drinks are something that can pair well with our habits to really help us to ingrain those habits. So I like to, for example, be peaceful after that dip in the early afternoon, maybe do some quiet reading, reflection writing, do my flashcards, look at a textbook or whatever. So when I prepare my tea, it helps trigger me mentally and set me up for that early afternoon study. And I could usually do 20, 30, 40 minutes very well of deep concentrated study while I'm enjoying my Chinese Gong Fu style tea preparation. So those things go well together for me. Now in the late afternoon, I would like to have a workout session before dinner. So I didn't typically do studying in the late afternoon. If you have done that, if you enjoy that, let me know how and why that works for you. After dinner, in the evening, this is a time when people's willpower and determination tends to be weaker. Now, if you are the kind of person who sleeps in and you wake up late, maybe the evening time still works great for you for your study and your focus. But if you wake up earlier in the morning, let's say 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., and you don't nap, the evening time could be a tough time to study. You might find that your cognitive faculties are just not there. It's too much of a demanding cognitive activity to do. So I advise you, if you want to take advantage of the evening still, to do language learning in a more relaxed way. So maybe do it through watching your favorite TV shows in your target language, or maybe reading a book in your target language, maybe playing a game with friends online or offline. That could be a great way to keep the learning going in the evenings when you want to relax but you still want to be learning. If you wake up later, or if you wake up early but you take a nap after lunch, the evenings I still think can be quite a productive time. And for myself, I do take advantage of the evenings because I have 2 children now, and my oldest one, my daughter Elisa, is 4.5. So she's quite a formidable language learner already. So usually after dinner, we sort of clean up, we relax for maybe a half hour, and I sort of get the kids ready for bed, get them, showered and changed into their pajamas, and then we commence sort of, a small or mini nightly routine that I think is quite fun and relaxing, but also still effective. So that is something that I do with my children. And maybe even if you don't have children, maybe something like that could work for you, which is like you do maybe 10 or 15 minutes of flashcards or reading, and then you shift into maybe an episode of your favorite TV show, and then you get rid of the devices, get rid of the screens, and you go into some reading of your favorite books to sort of relax and calm you down before sleep. If that's still not enough, maybe you want to change to audio only and just relax, close your eyes, dark room, maybe some white noise, and just listening to some of your favorite music or podcasts, somebody with a nice voice who just relaxes you and helps you sail off to sleep. And maybe you have an automatic shut off or an easy way to turn that off when you're falling asleep. That can be a great way to study. You're kind of shifting into the subconscious then, and just getting a lot of, what do they call it? The sort of passive input. I'm forgetting the term for it now, but the comprehensible input, just the more reception of the language to get your ear more and more open to the language when you're in a more relaxed and receptive state. That can be good. But bottom line, be self-aware, tune into yourself, do some reflection, do some habit tracking, make some notes about what works well and what doesn't, and then try to play up what's working well and reduce what doesn't work so well. And over time, you're going to be optimizing and honing your habits for the greatest results possible. Now, before you go, in the comment section down below, let me know what you're doing already that works well. Let me know what you're doing that's not working so well and why. And if there's anything I could do to help you, if there's any advice I could give, I will do that. Remember to like and subscribe for more videos about language learning, motivation, game design, and I hope to see you in an upcoming online game event for language learning. Details at languagecardgames.com. I'll see you back here in the next one. Bye-bye for now.